Hi guys, welcome to Tech Geek. So today we are back with the daily Leetcode challenge problem. That's maximum area of islands. That's a Leetcode medium question, Leetcode medium 695. Well asked in your you can say fan interviews and various product based interviews. So it's basically you can say a variation of questions as like number of islands or maximum area of islands, perimeter of islands. So we have various you can say modifications of this question that are used. Okay, now let's see what this question has for us. Before beginning, I'd like to request you to please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's see. It states you are given m into n binary matrix. Okay, an island is a group of ones connected repeatedly. Okay, it represents a four directional vertices. Now, you may assume four edges of a grid surrounded by water. Now, if it's zero, that means you have water. Okay, the area of island is the number of cells that value with a value 1. Okay, return the maximum area. So, what they mean to say in any grid, okay, you'll be having a grid n into m. It's not basically a square. This is the grid you'll be having. 1 represents an island, 0 represents the water. So let's say we have something like this. Okay, this is 0, 2, 1. Yeah, if in this case we ask what's the maximum or what is the maximum land of area or anything, so first we'll find the areas, sorry, the ones. So 1 and 2, this is giving just 2 for this. 1, 2 and 3, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4. So obviously for this the answer would be 4. Now this is just a smaller one we counted. What if there's a large one? Now see here all are zeros, that means there's no such island, so it would be 0. Let's take the first example that's given. So this is the grid that was given to us with zeros and ones. Now we have to check as they have colored this differently. This is actually the one which we are taking as the maximum. So how we will approach this one? We cannot do like running a loop from n to m, checking if it's 1, adding it up. No. Why? Because then it will add up all the ones. That is not what we do. We have to either follow the, you can say, traversals. I hope you must be aware of DFS. So what we are doing here is we have to do for the DFS one. Let's look for its depth. Okay? So we'll begin from this position, iterate all over, check. Okay, check like you have to check if it's 1. Yes. Then from this position start a DFS. Pass this I and J and start a DFS. Check how many ones are there near it. If there are no ones, now how we'll check in DFS? The very first thing is check for this, this and this position. If there was some above, then we'll do that. Means I minus 1J, I plus 1J, I minus, oh sorry, IJ minus 1, IJ plus 1. These are the 4 coordinates we'll be passing again. Okay, that's a recursive approach that we do. And once we have found out this, what we'll do, we'll make the 0. Why? Because we don't want to count it again and again. Okay, so please make sure once you have considered this, you'll make this as 0. Again, if we begin from it, that was 1. So if we begin from here, we counted this, make it 0, pass this I into j, coming to the lower one. So we have to check 4. This one would be the one that we'll be checking now. Is it 1? Yes. Increment the counter and make it 0. Now, not, this is the one. Yes. Consider this. Make it 0, increment the counter 3. Again, not, now this is also not because it's turned to 0, 0. This was there, again 1 plus 1 plus 1. Now the counter says still we have 4. Okay. Again we'll come up, we begin from here now. These will stay 0. Now again, is it there? Yes. Make it 0, increment the counter by 1. Again, 2, 3, 4. Now in the main function, before calling DFS, we'll check the maximum of what comes from here and what is already stored. Okay. So the same way this will give us 5. Okay. Coming here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now when you are this position, okay, you will look here, you will look this above and below, not diagonally. That's why we are not considering this cluster into the maximum area of islands. So this is something you must be sure about, that don't consider the diagonal elements, as we just check. We are not checking I minus 1, j minus 1, I plus 1, j minus 1. So this is just the four dimensional approach, as it's already mentioned. It should be connected by four directionally. Okay, horizontally or vertically, not diagonally. So that's what you need to keep in mind. And similarly, we'll check from this we'll get 5, this we got 6. So obviously the maximum should be 6. So that's a basic approach that we follow. You have to start, iterate from a place, make that particular element 0 after counting, pass the 4 coordinates, and after passing, check in the main function if it's less than 0 or greater than the length, or you can say row count or column count, return 0 for that particular position. Because like for these corner elements, we won't be working for any one direction. For here we are not working for the above one, for here we are not working for the right and left. Similarly, that's what we need to keep in mind. So just keep a check as a base case, that if these things are violating, just return a simple 0, because for that position we will not get any number. Let's see what the code says now. We have two functions. Very first is maximum area, where we took a area, okay, area variable to store the answer. We ran a loop, we checked if it's 1. If it's 1, now area would be maximum of area, comma DFS of, now we'll do DFS and the answer returned should be maximum. So we'll store the maximum of area and the answer returned in area. Now in DFS, the very first condition, as I said, we'll check whether it's going out or it's 0. Okay, so it should return 0. If it's not, then make the value as 0. Do the DFS of all 4 values or 4 corners with 1 plus. Why? Because we have counted that particular value, making it 0. Okay, so this is how you will be doing. If there is any confusion, any queries regarding the solution, do let me know in the comment box. I'll be there to help you out. Thank you. Keep following. Take care.